In the Oklahoma Newsroom, this is an OSU update. I'm Jenny Carlson here with Kyle Fredrickson. Kyle, news coming out of Stillwater that Oklahoma State football would really like to build a new academic center that's football specific. They have one for all sports right now in Gallagher-Iba Arena, but what's the news? Mike Gundy really pushing for that next upgrade.
Well, yeah, if you're not building, you're kind of falling behind, and that's what Gundy had mentioned. And for years, OSU had really been on the forefront of this facility's arms race in terms of having the latest and greatest. They've used it in recruiting to a lot of success at this point. But I think as of this point, that's probably the next step that they want to take. And Gundy was pretty forthcoming in talking about that. He'd like you mentioned, football specific. He'd like it to be inside Boone Pickens Stadium in the West End Zone and some open space they have. Really just a chance for another thing that football players need and use every day, all in the same building, just across the street from where their dorms are. And being that, the other academic center they have now has certainly been put to good use and might not be that outdated. The last time that it was upgraded was in 2006 with a $3 million donation from the Mitchells, who it's named after, some alumni who donated that money. So at this point, the Cowboys are very happy with where they stand with their indoor facility and even Boone Pickens Stadium all these years later after it was finished in 2009. But yeah, when we talk about the long-term forecast, it seems like a new academic center is really what they need at this point.
Well, and you talk about sort of one of those bells and whistles that draws recruits, but at the same time, APR, that academic mark that is so important, set by the NCAA and determines a lot of things. Oklahoma State actually had a situation where they thought they were going to fall below the needed mark and lose a day of practice this last year. That got changed, but clearly that's an issue too. Oh,
it's got to be on Mike Gundy's mind. And when he sat down with beat reporters, he didn't specifically address the APR issues. But if they're really trying to make some changes, even in terms of just reputation, because when these kids are visiting schools and they learn about their academics, if OSU is building this new fancy academic center, even if their scores are low, like you said, that's something they can sell in recruiting and can kind of brighten the image of the program. Albeit the merits of APR and how it's done, we could debate that forever.
Right.
But it's certainly not a good thing for this program when they're competing against some of these other schools.
All right, we know you're going to have a story looking deeper into this issue in the Sunday Oklahoman and on News OK, so you'll want to check that out. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.